Win. Win. Fight. Fight. Win. Win. Fight. Fight. Win.
Jay Smith, it's really scary. I mean, this is exactly what the founding fathers fought against. That's why we're an American to begin with. And here comes Elon Musk, not elected, not really appointed through Congress, none of the proper channels, not vetted. And here he is slashing millions of dollars from the federal budget. It's gross, and we can't stand for it.
And where do you think this is going to end up? Because they have big plans, Project 2025.
Project 2025, the thing that Trump wasn't even involved with, right? And Elon was running the whole time. Exactly, they lie. That's what they're all about. What their plans are is to destroy the government so that Elon can make more money, and so that Trump can make more money. And so this is a revenge tour for Donald Trump. That's basically what this is.
And what can stop it?
The courts. The courts have to step up. The courts have to step up. The unions have to step up. People have to see what this is truly about. And that's really what it comes down to. And I don't think they understand.
I'm Jeff Howard. We're here in front of the Tesla office. It's part of the National Day of Action around federal workers. What brought you here today?
That I am so just upset about Trump, the administration, and what Musk is doing, of course, too. And it's like I think Trump wants to become our authoritarian leader. I mean, he could, right? He's doing all these things like going after the media, right? I mean, he sued ABC, he sued CBS, he sued Des Moines Register. He sued Meta, and then he has all those billionaires that are in part of the media, part of social media, sitting up at the inauguration. And then even Tim Cook was up there, right? He's a decent guy, but he's bought out too. This is really disgusting. I've had it, and I have a daughter who's just getting engaged, and one day she'll have children. I don't want them growing up in a place where there's a dictator running the place. So
you're worried about a fascism?
Yeah. I've always been optimistic. I've never been that guy, right? But just in the last 6 months, it's just you can see what's going on. He let go all the January 6th rioters, right? Now they could become, I know it sounds crazy, but they could become like his paramilitary, right? They could come around, they might go around and eventually if people are protesting, who knows what kind of violence they're going to bring on.
I'm just very concerned about all the things that Trump is doing as a dictator, and I'm very concerned about Elon Musk so that's why I'm here, because of Elon Musk, what he's doing.
You don't trust him to clean up and cut corruption and efficiency?
No, I think he's causing more corruption and inefficiency.
I'm Jim Martinez.
And we're out in front of the Tesla dealership. What's happening here today?
They're having a protest here against Elon Musk, because he's the owner of this company, Tesla. And not just that, but all these billionaires, they're taking a lot of money from all of us, and they're enriching themselves instead of taking care of the people of the United States, and this has to stop. It's pretty much, they're talking about corruption of other countries. This is the worst corruption I see in this country. This country is more corrupt than anything else I've seen, and as I said, I'm a veteran, and they're getting all the veterans benefits from the veteran people. And that's not cool. That's not cool at all. We need to take care of our veterans. Our veterans are more important to us. They fought for this country, for our democracy and for our freedom. So.
Musk try to get out of the military.
Who?
Musk. Trump. Yeah, he's trying to get out of the military.
Trump is a coward. Trump is a coward. I can say he's a coward. That's all I can say. He's a coward. But anyway, that's the reason why I'm here to support what's going on and everything. So
I work at the VA. My name is Candace. I'm worried for federal employees. I'm worried for our veterans. And it feels like a coup from inside.
Did you get that letter to resign? They asked people to quit?
I did.
What did you think of that?
I thought it was insulting and bullying and demoralizing.
And I understand nurses, a lot of people have retired or quit. Is that going to affect services that are being provided to veterans?
That I can't say. Not really sure.
What do your co-workers think about what's going on?
Most people are really disappointed, scared, nervous, demoralized, resentful. Yeah.
And what does that mean in the future of this country? It seems like they're getting rid of a lot of employees all over, 200,000.
Really, who knows what this means for the future of our country? We don't know.
When was the last time you were in a demonstration?
when George Bush was president.
So it's been a while.
It's been a while, yeah.
Trump and Musk brought you out today.
Did, yep.
Okay. What do you have to say to people about protection of the Veterans Administration? Seems like they want to privatize it and contract out. I mean, would that work for veterans and the people at the agency?
It's kind of a mixed bag. You know, VA does things really well for veterans, and sending it out to the outside is not always the best care and not even more timely. So in a lot of cases, we're seeing patients in advance of anybody's able to see them on the outside.
Hi, I'm Steve Morris. I'm with Veterans for Peace. I live in Oakland. I'm a retired sheet metal worker. And boy, it's lovely to see people coming out, and we're going to have fun. Federal Unionists, labor unionists.
And what do you think is going on in the government? You think we have a fascist government in this country?
I think they're trying to establish that. I think they haven't consolidated it, which is a good thing. But they're sure working on it. And we have to work on what we're doing.
And veterans, apparently he wants them to quit, workers at the Veterans Administration.
Hi, I'm Vince Stianich. I'm from Oakland, California as well. I think that it's going to slow down the services that we get. I'm not sure how. I'm not sure how many people he's going to get rid of. It's hard to see what the impact is. My best guess is they're going to try to run the government like a business, lean and mean, which means people are going to work harder for less, and the services and the complaint process. The services are going to be worse and slower. And even now, my Veterans Administration ID card expired. I've been trying to get it online, and I'm going into month 2. You know, mostly because you do it online, you send it in, at 30 days later they say, no, you got to send a picture in again. So I'm waiting on the second 30 days.
What you're saying is veterans are going to have a problem getting the services they need.
I'm not sure what it's going to look like. I think it's going to be slower.
They want to fully privatize. They've already outsourced quite a bit, but they want to fully privatize, like the post office and the VA.
They want to privatize
veterans. 17% of the workers at the post office are veterans, and they want to eliminate the post office.
It's going to hurt a lot of veterans.
Yeah. So the VA and the post office are big issues for veterans and big issues for workers, big issues for federal workers. Big issues for all of us, really.
My name is Ricardo Ortiz. I'm also a vet. I'm a working class person. And definitely with all these cuts that Trump and all these assaults against the working class is going to affect working people, the disabled, elderly, workers, like I said, and the previous guys mentioned. This is non-stop. And which is worse is this time, he pardoned all those reactionaries and fascists that did the insurrectionary action, you know, that they tried to do either a coup or, you know...
Stop the certification.
Exactly.
So he could stay in power.
Exactly. He pardoned them. And a lot of those crazies already have said that they want to arm themselves, that they want to, be wild and attack people.
So you're worried about a fascist movement with guns?
The thing is that the world economy is in a crisis. And historically, when this has happened, the fascistic gangs, they grow. So we, right now that we have some time, we got to organize ourselves. The unions have to call for workers' defense. And most of all, we got to build the workers' party in this country and elsewhere in the world, you know.
And he's going to shut down the government. What's going to stop this government, this fascist? It seems like he says he's above the law.
Well, it's only the organized working class, you know, and nothing else. The Democratic Party is a capitalist party. You know, they have been slowly privatizing the many sectors of the government. And they don't hire more staff. it is a fact. People got to face that in this country we're living in a plutocracy. It's one party, capitalism, and two wings. Republican being the most reactionary and the liberal side, if we could even call them liberal anymore, the Democrats.
So you don't think the Democrats are going to save us?
Of course not. I mean, where are they? Look, people are demonstrating where they are. I mean, a Democratic Party official that is a billionaire is running this country, this city to begin with. And what is he going to do? One of the first projects and legislation that he got approved by the San Francisco Board of Supervisors is to go after the poor. More police blaming, sick people of their illnesses. So, I mean, this is right here, the most liberal city in the United States, the Democratic Party in action.
And you think there should be a general strike to stop the...
Of course. I mean, we need to have a complete, unlimited general strike of workers in this country. That's the only way that can save us.
And recently he says we should end the war in Ukraine, and he wants 50% of the rare earths minerals in Ukraine. What was this war about?
Well, this war was about exactly that, getting these different imperialist countries, the European Union, the United States, having a piece of pie in Eastern Europe. I mean, who benefited from it? All these corporations that he's demanding that all the money that this government gave to the Ukraine be paid back. That's what he says, and weapons and all these things, the arm industry. At the same time, he threatens Panama. He says that he wants Denmark one way or the other, including perhaps military force. So,
and Gaza, he wants to make hotels on Gaza?
He wants to kill the Palestinian and displace the Palestinian people from there. So the people of the world, we have to unite internationally, the working class, and put an end to these policies of privatization and murder and war.
Why are you here today?
In support of my fellow federal employees, because we all actually do matter and we all are essential. And we have leadership right now that has no idea or no concept of what they're doing, the difference between right and wrong. And so I'm just here in support of that.
And were you one of the employees that got a letter saying you should retire or quit?
We all got a letter. I can't tell you what it actually said or meant. It was a bunch of words that I understood individually, but when you put them together, it absolutely made no sense. I think it was a request to take early retirement, but I can't be sure of that. And then we have meetings. We have meetings for the meetings to try to decipher what that actually meant. It had no heading. It had no signatory. It was from who knows who it was from. I have no idea who it's from. There's no accountability. It wasn't signed. Just a bunch of words in a sentence put together.
That sound like Musk?
What's that?
Musk?
I think the heading indicated that a fork in the road, and I think he used that on some tweet. I have no idea. But it is absolutely, if anybody took that, if anybody thinks that anybody's going to get paid, they're absolutely going to be in for a shock. Nobody's getting paid.
Yeah, it's the Fourth Reich. It's the fourth week of the Fourth Reich. And I'm surprised that it's going this well.
Hey, how's it going? Just here to show some solidarity with federal workers. We're city employees over here with IFPT.
And are you concerned because Project 2025 says that they don't believe public workers should have unions?
I'm very concerned about Project 2025, and it absolutely does say that, and we know it's the stated objective of the administration. We've got Russ Vogt in OMB, so the authors of that report are in charge.
And what should the unions do about it? Because it seems like they're under frontal attack.
Stick together, work, and then fight like hell.
City workers are also facing cutbacks with the budget deficit. You think it's connected to what's going on nationally?
Yeah, I think it's connected. Everything's sort of this improvised, break things, move fast ideology. So I think we can draw a straight line even if the actual implementation is different.
And are you concerned about privatization?
Yeah, absolutely. And that includes contracting out at the city level.
Has that been going on?
Absolutely. Yeah.
How has it affected your union, your job?
With the city, we're always looking at work that can be done by unionized workers, but that gets contracted out instead. So we just try to keep an eye on that and limit that, so to keep the work within the city. Yeah.
Thank you. What's your name?
William.
Okay. Thanks, William.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Can you talk about why you're here today?
To support federal employees and protest against Elon Musk.
And what is Musk doing to federal employees?
Well, he's been getting rid of a lot of, through Doge, getting rid of a lot of probationary employees. Let's see, I guess threatening to cut the workforce otherwise through other reductions in force. And yeah, this all seems to be kind of like an end run around being officially appointed to do something or going through Congress.
Well, the government now says that he's not part of the government.
Yes. Well, he seems to be doing a lot of things that are affecting the government. So I think he kind of is. I mean, otherwise people wouldn't be getting fired from federal agencies.
You think that they're violating the Constitution?
Yes.
How?
Well, because anybody who's doing these sort of actions should go through the advice and consent of the Senate. And Elon Musk has not done that. He's been appointed, yet he hasn't been officially approved to do any of this. But meanwhile, he's making these wholesale changes that affect a lot of people's lives and the economy.
And he is the richest person in the world. Do you think he's going to benefit from what's happening with his control of the government or his participation in the government?
I think there's a good chance that he will. Yeah, sure. I mean, why else would he be doing it?
It's all about money?
I think it's all about money. You follow the money. Yeah, tax cuts, whatever's good for him. Less regulation for his companies.
Okay, what's your name?
Lana.
Okay, thanks, Lana.
Yeah, sure.
So, can you talk about why you're here today?
Yes, I'm here to fight the oligarchy and the coup.
How has that happened?
Well, we have a president who's basically a stooge. He's a lapdog for Elon Musk, who's an unelected entity who created his own so-called government corporation, government department to take over the government. And there's nothing legitimate about it. It's all completely illegal.
What should people do about it? Seems like he's going ahead with it and says that he's above the law.
It looks like that, but that doesn't mean we can take it sitting down. We have to be out in the streets protesting, and we have to be calling our legislators every day.
You think he should go to jail?
Musk? Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, he's already got cases pending in the SEC. That's why he's firing all these departments, because they have cases pending against him. He just wants to be king, just like Trump. So absolutely, they're both felons.
How many kings can you have?
Zero. I mean, we fought a war several hundred years ago to not have kings here. So this is absolutely outrageous.
It's Eddie, trying to support federal workers and the important work that they do for all of us.
Well, they've laid off, they say they're going to lay off 200,000. You think that's going to affect American people?
Oh, absolutely. All the basic services that we rely on. I'm an immigrant, and I've seen when the government does not stand up for people and provide services, how it affects our air, our water, our health care, and also just morale and what we stand for. It does get affected, and government is there to provide checks for its citizens, and that's what's really being dismantled here.
Are you surprised at the rapidity at which they're doing these kind of things?
I am not, because this was all published before the administration took hold, and they came in with a plan, and the speed at which they're moving is they're not waiting around to ask if this is okay or if it's legal. They're just doing it and waiting for things to catch up with them. That's why it's so important that people are out here and talking about it, because this is not within their rights, and if you want to do things properly, there are systems that are designed to make that happen. So it's not an actual conversation, and it's not a dialogue that's being had right now. It is break things and not ask for permission.
And they are trying to get rid of immigrants, attacking immigrants, even people who are born here, if they're an immigrant. What do you think about the attacks on immigrants in this country, the mass deportations?
Oh, that is exactly how it starts. We can look at other countries, we can look at history, and it starts off with basically subdividing our own society so that people stop looking at who it is that's actually, you know, implementing these policies. These don't just happen. There's somebody who's making active calls to strategically separate the American public.
Keith Brown, Alameda Labor Council Executive Secretary Treasurer, and just here in solidarity with all of the government workers. What they do is protect people. They provide valuable services for people across this country in our communities, and we're standing together to say no to the billionaires. We need to come together as workers and be able to unite to protect our jobs, but also to protect each other, because I just learned so much about the Consumer Protection Agency and all of the work that that entity does to protect people from fraud, to protect people from corporate greed. And this is why the billionaires like Elon Musk, they want to take away public services, because they know that public services is helping people, and they're totally against that.
And Project 2025 also says that they want to get rid of unions. They don't believe public workers should have unions. They want to privatize all public universities and colleges. It sounds like a frontal attack on the entire working class.
No, this is an attack on the working class. That's why workers, we must come together, and this is all workers, unionized and non-unionized. We need to work together, make sure that we organize, help our siblings, brothers and sisters organize at workplaces that do not have unions, and to save democracy. It's going to take a movement of the workers.
And Sean Fain has said there should be work towards a general strike in 2028. You think it should be sooner?
So look, we know the power of labor, the power of unions. When I was with the Oakland Education Association, that was during the first Trump administration, a Red for Ed movement was sparked throughout the country of educators, public school educators in red states coming together and striking to be able to change working conditions. So we have to think about what we do as workers to leverage our power, and we do have the power of the strike and the power to shut down corporate America.